Hi guys, and welcome to the live. I'm just going to head out to the van. I've got everything here. So we're going to be doing a van tour tonight. Oh, that's not great. It's like freezing out here tonight, so I'm watching I don't fall over. So here she is. Old black, old Betty. Here she is. Oop. Have a look in the front first. Open this door. So I'm just going to crack on. Most of you are probably going to end up seeing this on my video stream anyway. So, at the moment I've only got the blue light in here. I will be updating it with some downlighters in here and carpets in this black. But at the moment I've just got sort of a bottle of water, some parts, some gloves, some microfibers and things like that. I try to keep it as limited in here as possible. So sometimes I have to give a customer a lift if they're broken down or something like that. I don't have to remove all the rubbish. Behind this seat here, in the pouch at the back of the seat, I've got like boxes of fuses and stuff. I've got a new box in the toolbox you'll see now, and I've got a similar like cut off wheels and things like that in the back of this one, just to keep it as tidy as possible. And there's the back, so I've got the blue lights running through in the back here as well. Put them up here, and I think they complement the panel really well. So look at how awesome that looks. So we knock the main lights on. Starting at the door, I got a power bottle, pump bottle, brake clean. This is an APC. This is built Hamber APC, so I use that to wipe down trims and things like that afterwards. And this is just a maintenance spray. It's essentially a WD-40, that sort of thing. So then I got my axle stands. These are old rags for the week. That is just rubbish. I don't know why that's in here for. That's some oil from today. I don't like throwing away. I got my jack. This is a tripod. This is what I shoot most of my YouTube videos on, and my TikToks and things like that. I've got a brake pipe here that I've bent into shape, so I'll use that to hang up a caliper, but then I can also manipulate it to test gearbox fluid and stuff. I've got some stainless steel exhaust shackles there. I was given them by Long Life because a customer didn't order the right ones, and I just haven't had the heart to get rid of it. I got a DTI there with the gauge on the end. I got some power steering fluid. I don't know why I have this. This just seems to always be around, and I always end up replacing it, but I don't really know what I use it on. But it's like a satin black spray paint. It's good for if you're changing shocks or something like that, for the springs but not the shocks. I got water, brake clean, windscreen wash, coolant. I got the 5 litre built Hamber back there, all sorts back there. What else is there? So we get you in there. There's that maintenance spray, so that comes in 5 litre bottles. There's brake fluid back there. There's a gallon of oil back there just in case. So then on the wall here I've got, this is I use for brake fluid. Replace that every so often because it always breaks. I got my detailing brushes to clean up the engine bays, random funnels for whatever I might need them for, emery cloth, selection of cable ties. I got microfiber applicators. It's got a drill. Well, we'll move on. So over here I got, actually no, I'll start here. So in here, you can't see, let's get a torch on it. I've got like assortment split pins, washers, nuts and bolts. I've got my coolant pressure tester back there. That big blue box is assortment of oil filter caps, and that's that oil I just told you about. Some more washers down there, nuts and bolts. Right in the back corner there, which you can't see again. I've got all electrical stuff back there, and that yellow thing you can see is my pressure bleeder. So I've got like electrical connectors. That's where I keep my loom tape, insulation tape, wire, all sorts of things like that. It's back in there. Just show you my jack down here. My acid tone's falling down there. And then this bag here, this is my hoover. I gotta go in. Use that to clear out air boxes, anything, air boxes. Hoover up the carpet sometimes if they're not too bad as part of the service. Just stuff like that. And I got my big automatic foot clutches. That is, it's for do you know the ones that are self-adjusting? It's for them. I got a brake wind back tool, a drill, trim clips. You can see my torque wrenches hanging off there. Behind that, I'll show you that when I come over there actually now. I got a selection of screwdrivers, trim clips, axle stands, widow makers, and their mechanical spring compressors, wire brushes, tool trays, all sorts are going on here. Let's go take a look at the back. So do the key. I can't see any comments, so I don't know if you're talking to me. Hang on, can I see him? No, I can't see him. So I don't know if you're talking to me, but if I can see the comments later, I will come back and answer them. So we've come back to the back doors now. So these got slam locks on it, so it automatically locks when I slam the door, because it was an ex-British gas van. So it's got all the stuff like that on it that it needs, which is pretty good. Left a screwdriver out there, so let's go to the wall. Right, and we're going to get a torch at this now. So there's my door, and here I got a series of picks, series of screwdrivers. These are my most common screwdrivers. So then I have the other set that's under there, and I have another set in the house that my nan gave to me for Christmas, which I'm going to have to find space for in the van. Selection of punchers, again these are the most used ones, hammers, wire brush, which I will replace for the new ones on there very soon, pry bars, breaker bar, and then we're going over here. I don't know what that is. I do know what that is, that's some double-sided sticky foam. I leave this open, so if there's anything I need to take out the tool chest or a part, that I've got more workspace for my hands whilst I'm actually working. And then that's scrap. Some drill wire brushes, torque wrench, this is multi-purpose grease, like a CV grease, red rubber grease is here. I usually use a Castrol, but this was in the Motor Factors reasonably cheap, so I tried that out. I got a, which is looking a bit tacky, a bottle jack. That's what I use to remove shocks from the knuckle and things like that. Trim clips there. And down here I got these here, are quite good and quite handy for when you're doing a service. I put the oil filter in there so it's not yucky in the van on transport. Got a selection of bulbs in there. Let me go get my torch. You can get the torch, you can see in there a bit better. I'm going to look at getting some external lights that shine out so I can see that a little bit better, and I can see the customers' cars in the dark. So obviously now I couldn't do anything in the dark at the moment. Okay, so this bar here, right, I've had that for absolute yonks, and I've gone to throw it away multiple times. I never do, I don't know why. Let's put this up there. That's meant to be up there. It's essentially Vaseline. That's good for terminals and things like that. So I've got a selection of bulbs. This is the Apex brake grease that I've been using. It's essentially Caratech. Well, there's some Caratech there. Some Intex Caratech there. You can see my Widowmaker's back there. There's my got loads of space on that shelf. See if I can move some things around a bit more use of that space. There's my pressure bleeder. Here's a rubber mat that I put on the floor to protect people's drives. Something's leaked through that though, I'm going to have to hose that down at the end of the week. There's my cover. keep me dry. This is fluid syringe. I usually use it for gearboxes. Let's move on to the actual toolbox itself. Start with the most unimportant drawer. This drawer is just like a case at the bottom, and this is just full of my most unused stuff. It's like my blowtorch. I've got sockets in there that I hardly use, some random clips, thread inserts. See, there's a couple of spare nuts, my chisels that I don't use too often, impact driver, stud extractors. I got some pegboard accessories back there. This is an assortment of Allen keys and Torx bits that are like in my secondary use. Some CB grease there, brake pipe tool, hub puller, all sorts. Here is my main socket drawer, but it's got things like the coolant pressure test, not coolant pressure, it's antifreeze tester that sits in there until I'm looking at come off there. Look. I'm getting a couple of cases that I'm going to put service things in with this that I will use only for services. So let's get them out of the way a second. So I can just grab the one box. Yeah, see random things like this brake pipe clamp. See these? I bought these on a whim in desperation a few years ago, and they are actually really good. It cost me like a £5 for two, but it does the job amazingly. So I got some random little breaker bars because I have these finer tooth ratchets, so I can go a little bit faster, but they tend to break easier. So I crack it loose with either this or a spanner, depends what I can get on there easier, and then work it all the way off with a spanner or with the finer tooth one. So I got a section of extension bars, so wobblies and things like that. But it's all cramped in here. That's why I'm looking for a new box really. Wheel bolts. See, this is a mess but I know where everything is. These are the random ones that I don't use very often. This is a ratchet for my breaker bar, which is actually quite good to be honest. That's for an impact driver. So there's a selection thin wall for Allen key, not Allen key, 14mm spark plug socket, filter socket, Reynolds and sump plugs, my 1/2 inches. This here then will go in the case for my electrical tools. It's my 3/8 down here. I'm missing a 7mm, and that's actually a blueprint Torx bit that's in there. And I don't really know why, I don't know when that happened. But there we are. Add that to the list of things I need to buy. These are, so this is a Gearwrench 1/4 inch drive. That's literally only now replaced my Teng tools one, which I've had there for like 5 years. The rest of these sockets are all Teng. These are all Teng. This is a Gearwrench. This is all Teng. This is something I got these really cheap at the Motor Factors, and I don't even know what they're called. They're like, hang on, Carleen or something like that. I think they're made by Napa or something. These are Torx bits. Move these out of the way. And then I've got some more Torx bits, some spline bits. These are really good for bell housing bolts. These are wobbly, but they go straight onto the drive, you know. These are the bigger sized 1/2 inch bi-hex. These are smaller 6-sided ones. I got impact ones down here. These are my impact sockets here, but I've only got an impact driver at the minute. Oh, what? I've left that on there. And my drill down there too. But I don't use impacts very often, so I don't need to use it, and I get away with what I've got in here. So we're doing good, you know. Yeah, we've very much been through there. Shut up. So these are the fuses I was telling you about earlier. This is my it's Autel, but it's not an Autel. It is an Autel. It's a power probe version. Autel's power probe, which is very handy. I've got my multimeter in there. This is my lurch diagnostics. So that's my main one. This also doubles up as my plier drawer because I'm also going to get another container for diagnostics that I'm probably going to put on that shelf that we just seen was empty. So there's long reach pliers. This is hose clamp pliers, side cutters. I was given this, and I use that just for quick plug-ins if I'm going out in the car usually. Locking pliers. There's a bit of diagnostics equipment. I've got a test light in here as well. the stem for my test light. So that's for testing spark plugs. That was actually left on a car by the AA. Let's go up here. So this is my spanner drawer. These are Torx spanners. These are my biggest spanners, 24, 22, 21. These are breakdown spanners. These are my extended spanners, extra long ones. These are really handy. See, they're huge. They go from like an 8 to a 24mm. Again, I've had these tongues now for like 5 years and they've worked perfectly. And back in there I've got some Swan neck spanners. Let's put this back in. I've got my oil catch can hanging on the wall there, with an oil wrench over there and a funnel. They're out because they're the ones I use the most, so I make use of them. Pack these away. I would say that's basically much it. I think doing this where I've organised the van, I've realised how little tools I actually have. But I'm still running out of space somehow, you know. I've got this here, which was a collapsed inner. Oh, that isn't there. Look, how's that got there? Blinking heck. It was a collapsed inner CV axle for a. It was a Passat. It was. Was it a Passat? I think it was a Passat. It was one of the Vag groups anyway. And that looks pretty good nick, like. So I put it there with the intention of using it, but I don't know what I was going to use it for. So what I do occasionally is dip my finger in it and use it to lubricate something. I think once it's ran out, I'm going to use it as some sort of pen holder or something. And that's it. Oh, Hannah, I just seen your comment. Yes, my nan. I am going to stay with. Hang on, why is these comments coming through? I've only now just seen these. I will be staying away from that Snap-on, man, don't worry. I can't afford their prices. I haven't really got much else to show you guys. No, that's it. Let's go back up inside on the wall then. Oh, you can see me there now. Yeah, so now what I'm looking at is getting some lights that will mount on here. Let me just turn you back around. That will mount on here, and they will shine out. And on this side here, so you can see this grey pillar that runs all the way down. I'll mount it there, they shine out, so I can see out in the wilderness at night time. Matt, you only just joined? Yeah, watch it back later, mate. It's it'll end up going into my video section anyway. But thank you for coming. And that's it. So if there's anything in here that you want more detail on, then leave it in the comment section afterwards. But I'm pretty happy with the van. Gets me from A to B. Starts first time every time. That's what she said. The cheek of it. I don't know if you're actually on live now, mind, because it said 0 people are in here, but your comments only now it's just coming through, so I don't really know what's going on. Let's turn this torch on so you can see my face as I walk around. And plus so I can see the blinker keys to get them out. Right, let's go around here, see if I've forgotten anything. You are watching? Oh, you come to see me, did you, Matty boy? Turn, there we go. So that's it. I quite like these blue lights, I feel like it's got a good feel, like, you know. Look at that. And then the front. My paperwork in there needs to be tidied up so don't look. Well, that's it. That is the Els Auto Care van. Sorry it's not anything special, Matt. I hope you weren't disappointed. But thanks for tuning in. I will see you again next week. I'm hoping to create a bit more content on TikTok and YouTube. Possibly tomorrow actually. And have it uploaded for some point next week. But thank you for coming to watch. Even if you're not watching it live, I'm still grateful that you should. And I will see you next week.